sound.
I'm so excited to be doing the films. I just love making these movies.
Some people are going to have fun picking apart the mysteries, and others are just going to love the love story.
The shots look amazing, and you know, it's great to watch everybody work together.
It's not very often you get to come to work and laugh and enjoy yourself.
I think they're a blast to watch, you know.
And action!
In Ice Blues, the mystery starts off when there's an anonymous donor who wants to donate $3 million to a charity that Tim, Don's partner, is supporting for street kids. And so the mystery of where the money comes from and where it leads them is to a very seedy world filled with dysfunctional families, street kids, crime, and murderers.
It's an interesting piece. It's a wonderful, fun story for my partner Tim, who gets to sort of get involved in the mystery and unraveling it with me.
Bring it to me. About that. They're not here. What? You son of a bitch. I have them. I do. Just not on me.
What do you think this is? Some sort of a negotiation? Maybe I'll just cut off one of your hands and see if you bleed out while we wait for it.
Well, it's not a perfect plan, but it's the best I could come up with under short notice.
I always like to think of Timmy as sort of Donald's conscience, in a way. So Donald goes out and deals with all the nasty things in the world, and then he comes home and there's Timmy with a martini waiting for him. And in Ice Blues, Tim's right thick of it. I mean, to a point where he contemplates even taking this money that he knows came from that side of the world and using it for good. And I think Tim has a lot of fun playing detective in Ice Blues, and then realizes, of course, by the end that it's not that much fun, and that it's not his world, it's Donald's world.
Timothy!
Don! Oh.
What is going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Oh, God, Don, it was terrible. Whoever it was had a gun, and I think he killed that guy.
What guy?
Well, that's what we'd all like to know. It figures you'd be mixed up in this, Strachey.
What's going on? Someone was killed?
Well, so says your boyfriend, only we got no ID, no body, and no vehicle.
He said he was an attorney.
You know this guy?
Well, no, he said he had a client who was going to invest some money, and then this motorcycle came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you didn't get a plate number, and you didn't get a good look at the driver, maybe?
No, look, I told you, it happened so fast, it was dark. He had a helmet on, and then he pulled out a gun, he was trying to shoot.
Calm down. Look, detective, I gotta take him home.
Sure, fine. Doesn't look like I have a crime scene here anyway.
Don Strachey, he's feeling sort of the brunt of the work, feeling that it's very dangerous and that it puts a lot of stress on his relationship. And so it's this lovely dynamic where Don Strachey's sort of fed up with the business. And so there's a nice sort of conflict that happens in this episode.
Tim, it's my job. It's what I do. You know this.
I know, but...
But what?
Well, maybe it's time you considered another line of work.
And give up skulking in dark alleyways and spying on cheating housewives? Come on.
We can't make dinner plans with our friends. I don't remember the last time that we went out to a movie. And it's dangerous. Some nights, I can't sleep worrying that someone's out there bashing your brains in.
You worry?
Of course I do.
As we've evolved along in the movies, it's still about a gay detective, but ultimately they're just detective stories. And the fact that he's a gay guy is really not really part of the mix anymore. He is, but it's not. Nobody really seems to care, because we found out that the audiences really love the mysteries and they love the characters, and the sexual orientation of the characters just became a non-issue.
The most interesting part to me, I think, is watching the relationship between Timothy and Donald develop. It's my favorite thing about the movies from the time we started. And now myself and the actor Sebastian are so comfortable with one another, and we really have found a good rhythm for the characters and how they interact.
I know you told me that she was battling with your folks when she left, or what exactly set her off?
Who knows? Kelly was always getting into trouble. She was always battling with my parents. In the end, I think it was the tattoo. She got this circle with an A in the middle of it, the symbol for anarchy, on the back of her neck. And my parents just freaked. And they really came down on her bad. She was only 17. I should have done something about it. I was her big brother.
Come on now, you cannot blame yourself.
Well, when she left the house, she just disappeared. And that's what happens on the streets. Kids just disappear. I think the relationship has definitely changed over the course of the films. But the thing that I'm most proud of about this film is that you really do buy this relationship between these two men. And you enjoy watching them go through living their lives within these stories.
I love the relationship between Timothy and Donald. I've loved it since the first episode. There's just such chemistry, and it's lovely to see that soft side of Don Strachey. I definitely know Ron and the creative team have worked really hard to preserve that the purity of the relationship, but also to show the challenges that are in a relationship. You always see Timmy and Don working together to make sure that the relationship works.
I love it when he gets like this. My little robotic pit bull.
Yeah, and then he gets that "don't screw with me" edge to his voice.
And if he gets really upset, you'll see because the hands go and then.
And he sort of pulls this. Yeah. See?
Enough. Enough. You two aren't allowed to talk to each other, ever. Well, I think what's unique about the relationship that me and Chad have, on and off camera, is that I'm a straight man, Chad's a gay man, and we're playing married gay men on a detective series of films. We laugh about it and call ourselves the odd couple. And I think also these projects are close to Ron's heart. I like to think that Ron had a lot to do with creating the character of Tim Callahan.
That's true. We gave Sebastian gay lessons. We had to fix his hair. We had to show him how to make a martini properly. Because Sebastian didn't know how to shake a martini properly. As everyone knows, you shake a martini to a waltz. And he didn't know this. He just shook it randomly. Straight people always shake martinis with like one hand on the shaker, just like this. And everyone knows a martini is a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 with both hands. People, please. If you learn anything from this at all, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. For me, the whole template for these movies is the 1940s Thin Man series, the 30s and 40s, with Nick and Nora, based on the Dashiell Hammett books. And the Thin Man was a husband and wife mystery detective team, essentially. And that's what we wanted to do with this thing. I don't think a movie exists where there's a husband and husband detective team.
I love these movies. I love to watch them because I get to see the relationships and the different colors that these characters allow gay people to be.
I'm sorry.
For what?
I couldn't pull the trigger.
That's why I love you. It's okay.
When we were first casting, we discussed what kind of a character it would be, who we'd want. And the very first name on the table was Chad Allen, because he's an out actor, handsome guy, successful, everybody knows him, terrific actor. And they sort of said, what about going that direction? And my first thought, when I first heard about him, I looked at some of his work and I thought, okay, he's the all-American boy, California surfer boy, you know. I thought, is he edgy enough to play a private eye? And I wasn't really sure. And then I met him and I loved him right away. And I thought, you know what, I think this is gonna work.
If you care for your life and the lives of the people you love, I would advocate returning what was stolen immediately.
Really? Is that your legal advice? Let me ask you this. If something was stolen, how come a bunch of lawyers aren't just going to the cops?
Going to the police would be very unwise. District Attorney's an old and dear friend.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. When I get pissed off, I have a very bad habit of doing incredibly stupid things. And I'm getting really pissed off.
I love Ron. It's kind of a mutual love affair, and we have so much fun making these together. We speak the same language. We see the characters in the films very much the same way. His creativity is extraordinary.
What we'll do here, Rye, to start this off, come off that sign. Here, just tilt up as these folks walk toward the door. That'll give me a decent cut point there, and then it just carries on as it did. Chad brings a real sense of gravitas to the character, a sense of a character with history. He uses a lot of his own life history in it, and he brings a real sense of depth to the character. You know, working with him is just an absolute dream. You could not ask for a better actor to work with. He's so giving, and he's supportive of the other actors. He holds his ground really well. He knows what he wants and how he's going to accomplish it.
It's not often that happens where you get actors willing to kind of go the extra mile, and Chad is constantly, you know, we're running lines and trying this, what about this, let's do something here and get that beat. So it's fun, it's a lot of fun. Well, at least this time you actually got a corpse.
Yeah.
And what exactly is it they want back?
I don't know.
Are you playing games with me, Strachey?
Whatever it is, we don't got it.
Yeah, well, I don't think whoever did this is gonna like that answer.
Chad, he's a master of his craft. He's the lead actor, and he carries all of these movies on his shoulders. He's in every single scene, and he's just amazing to watch. But I definitely feel sort of a personal connection with Chad because he's a proud out gay actor, and he's been through the coming out process, and he's so generous. So not only is he incredibly skilled and talented and fun to watch, but he's also very generous and very much a mentor. With this cast, I have the benefit of working with Chad, Sebastian, and Daryl, and those three actors, they've done this for decades. You know, they're really masters of their craft, people who have done it for much longer than I certainly have. And so I'm really getting to benefit from their experience.
I had never worked with Ron Oliver, and I almost worked with him in Toronto. It didn't work out for many reasons. He said, listen, I've got this movie, he sent me the script, I read it, I loved it. So one of the things that's unique about this character is just the total disregard for children, for humans, basically. I've played bad guys before, but this is different. It's interesting to play.
Show me! Frank, we gotta go.
They're right here.
Sit down!
Now let her go and they're all yours.
How about I just shoot you and keep the money and the girl?
First day of the shoot, first scene was the torture scene, where Don is hanging in the garage and we torture him. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The zapping, my character was freaking out. There was a lot of room for me to play in there.
Give it to me. You've got it and I want it back. Let's try this again here. Where is my money?
The atmosphere on set is phenomenal. It's great, yeah. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to work with Ron. It's one of the nicest groups, a lot of fun. Everyone's professional, and then you know, it gives us time to joke around and fool around, and which is great.
Come with me. Come join us here at my glorious home. I love the smell of chocolate in the morning. It smells like victory.
Chocolate, bye.
I have to concentrate, and I'm surrounded by this hoi polloi. Raphael, can we see you with your package?
Yeah.
This was brought to me by Nelson Wong, so it's likely been poisoned. Bastard. He's trying to usurp my power. Surrounded by riffraff. I'm thinking about going to pee.
Raphael, make the walk slower and sexier.
I didn't say the sexier part, Raphael. It's difficult for the director to pee because you don't have time to pee. And they yammer and they yammer and they yammer. So perhaps I'll wander off and find a place to pee. By the way, I'm about to fire my pool boy. And action!
Ron's great. He's a very wonderful people person. He knows what he wants and he knows what makes a good movie. And he's not afraid to have to be creative on the spot and to improvise something.
Ron really keeps a light, lively set so that material is covered and everyone's doing their jobs, but also enjoying themselves while they're doing it.
Once I started working with Mr. Oliver, that was it. I was hooked, you know, Big Daddy as we call him, and I'd work with him again, a heartbeat with anything. He just brings a warm energy to every project, and he's a lover of actors.
And check.
Great, Scott. Good, perfect.
I think it makes it much easier for people if they're having fun, especially with the actors. If they feel comfortable, if they feel supported and relaxed, they can come right in and do their best work because they know that I'm going to give them the love and support that they need. I never understand directors who are cranky and grumpy on sets because, hello, you've been given the largest train set in the world. I mean, come on, have fun.
One of my favorite scenes in Ice Blues is when Tim comes rushing home with all these bonds. And is so excited about it because he thinks, you know, this is his opportunity to fix the Safe Zone project and help these kids. And the minute he gets home to tell Donald this, in come 3 bad guys shooting at them. And there's this great sequence in the movie where they're running around the house and there's Tim picks up a shovel and hits one of the bad guys with a shovel. And this is all very un-Tim Callahan-like, by the way.
Go! Donald, hurry! Tim, go to the car! Good job. Now, car.
And so I think Tim also gets a real taste of what Donald Strachey deals with on a daily basis when he's out there kind of detecting and dealing with the underworld, so to speak.
Is this what it's like for you? This sort of rush?
Sometimes.
I think I get it.
Yeah, get what?
Why you love what you do. It's
okay.
It's intoxicating.
Tim, you martini, me work. I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow.
Tim!
I'll get my shovel.
We gotta get guys to shoot at you more often.
I've got my A-team here with me. I've got the best director of photography, the best camera operator, the best first AD, the best continuity, this great team of people, all of whom I've worked with before, and you sort of handpick people and go, okay, these are the right mix for this film.
Our films are designed to hark back to the old days of film noir, back in the days when filmmakers were in similar circumstances to those we're in now. So our style tends toward that, an homage to the way they used to do things in the 30s and 40s. We generally tend to light with 1 or 2 sources in each scene and let shadows happen where they happen and let actors play scenes in the dark or in silhouette or in profile. We tend not to put a lot of light into actors' faces. We tend also to avoid doing anything that's soft and diffuse. It's a bit of a risk, but it's something that people seem to like, so we're going with it. Because of the style of lighting, it sometimes is difficult on the cast, finding their little, sliver of light to act in. It's difficult for them, I think, in a way, having to think about finding their light all the time and not being able to just sort of wander around the set at will and deliver their lines. But the payoff at the other end is that we get a very stylish-looking film and something that looks really different from anything else that's out there right now.
We made the conscious decision to kind of bring it a little darker and make it grounded a little more in reality. And so far, I've had a big fight scene outside, thrown a guy in a swimming pool, stuck him a corkscrew through his throat. I've raced a sports car through the rain and wet streets. This isn't just a job for me. It's much more than that. I think we just keep getting better and better. It's been fun to develop the character and both as an actor and as someone who simply cares about, gay and lesbian films and the genre itself. And it's, the first time I've really gotten to play a great gay character in a movie. Came out of the closet professionally and personally at a time when it was not okay. I didn't get to just go, oh, I'm gay now, leave me alone to do the work that I want to do. It was taboo.
I think it's great that there's entities like here that are finally out there that are actually looking for stories to tell to their audience. I think there's a very large audience out there that would want to see these kinds of stories. And if you look in the past, there haven't been that many networks out there that would even consider kind of telling these kinds of stories and or making these kinds of stories more to the point.
Please, just give it a shot. I'm sure there are people out there that care very much about you who would be completely destroyed if anything was going to happen to you.
Maybe just for a few days then.
Excuse me. Hi, this is Amy. Maybe you could show her around, get her started.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be here for you, okay?
I think if we're gonna try to take the next step certainly for the gay community, but if we take the next step as people, we have to show role models. People do fall in love, and they do live happily ever after. It does happen. Everything doesn't go to crap, you know? I mean, cheer up, folks. It might not all end badly.
I was 22 when I came out of the closet, so it was an adult decision, and something that was very, very happy and a great release. People finally accepted me for who I am. Having the Here Network is important because it gives gay youth and gay adults representation, makes them feel recognized. Art is moving because people feel that they're connected. It's a communication. All art is a communication to people, and then people can feel connected to humanity.
I think a lot of straight men now kind of don't mind portraying gay characters because there's a lot of gay characters out there that are a lot of fun to play. I look at Tim Callahan as a reference. I mean, I have a ball playing Tim. He's very funny, he's very sweet, and he's terribly engaging. To me, I mean, it's about the nature of the character, not the nature of the sexuality of the character.
I've been thinking about that $3 million. That's an awful lot of thinking this early in the morning. He said it was an anonymous donor. Okay. You think maybe that was who killed him?
Well, we don't know he's dead. He could have just run off.
I saw him go over the side.
Yeah, you know you did. From now on, no going into parking garages alone. Or in fact, no, we're going anywhere by yourself.
Well, you don't think that whoever did this would come after me?
Okay, upstairs. Get dressed. I'm taking you to work.
I'm a marked man.
I think people, especially gay people, are excited to see, you know, heroes like them who, you know, in this case, go home to the guy instead of the gal.
The mysteries are great, but the reality is that the heart of the film is this relationship between the two guys, and that seems to be what the audience is holding on to. I just think it's important to imbue the film with a certain sense of fun and a certain enjoyment so that the audience gets that too, that they sense it.
I think we've developed a real easy way of portraying these characters, and we're having so much fun doing it that, if anything, the biggest change for me on a personal note would be that we're just having a lot more fun doing these films.
I overheard the director earlier today saying, you know, every time he watches us do this, he forgets how much he loves these characters and wishes he knew these guys in real life, you know? I hope that that's what people who watch the movies walk away with, that I love those guys and I want to be part of their life.